And we're back! Hello everybody! DarkPhoenix Gaming here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate, Toby's Tale. Now, you'll notice that we're in a completely different location, no doubt, if you were here for the last episode. So, basically what happened is, after last time, I decided I wanted to catch myself up with some exploration, and there are a large number of areas, or there were before, that I just sort of run through without actually exploring. So I decided to fix that. And I went around exploring a load of them. I explored everything to the south of Baragust, and everything around Nashkel and Durlag's Tower. I didn't actually go to Durlag's Tower itself, because from what I know, that's a fairly high-level thing, and going there is going to be something I want to do on camera. I didn't want to do that off camera, because it seems like a big deal. And in all of this, I didn't encounter much of any interest. There were a couple of minor side quests that were just basically fetch quests. So I'm not going to bother to describe them here. And there were one or two instances of I run into someone, they get mad at me for no explicable reason, and try to kill me, and then I subsequently kill them. That made up most of the events. And there wasn't even anything interesting in this area here, which is one of the ones I said I was going to explore. All that was really in that area was a bunch of spiders and some wizards of Thay who decided that because I was there and I knew they were there, that they would try to kill me. And there was a little interesting thing that happened because Dynahair was in my party, and they mentioned how they'd sent someone off to murder her so they wouldn't mention it to him so he would have less influence. I don't remember what the name was. Edwin or something like that, I think? But, as a result of all that exploration, the only areas that I know about right now that I have yet to explore are this place right to the south of High Hedge, where I currently am, this farm up here, and the Bandit Camp itself. I've explored everything else, for the most part. Even if I haven't absolutely filled out everything in every single area, I've done plenty of exploration in all of them. And honestly, throughout the whole thing, other than that whole situation with the Wizards of Thay, the most interesting thing I had happen was just over here, right to this side of the temple area of Baragust. Because that area was absolutely chock full of basilisks, which turn you to stone. Fortunately for me, I'd managed to pick up a spell of protection from petrification, which I gave to Dynahair and had her learn it. And I cast that on Toby, meaning that whenever I would encounter a basilisk, I would just send off Toby to slaughter the thing and have everyone else stand back. So I cleared out the area, and what I eventually found out was there was some guy in the area who was actually controlling the basilisks and using them to make a Medusa-esque stone garden. Those of you who've read the Percy Jackson the Olympian's Lightning Thief book, you'll recognize that bit of a scene from when they all go into the underworld, and then there's a whole bunch of stone statues sitting around everywhere. The place where I found this guy was rather like that, honestly. So right now, there's only a handful of areas left to explore, like I said, but I'm reliably informed that there's another one. Should probably be in that direction from this southern area that I want to get to for certain side quests. So I'm going to do a bunch of exploration this session as well. I just did a bunch of it off camera for the simple reason that at this point a lot of it's rather repetitive, because other than fighting the general enemies that you find, there's not a whole lot of variety in what happens when you're exploring the different areas, so I just decided doing it off camera was for the best. But once I'm finished up with what I'm currently doing, I'm gonna head down there and see what I can do and maybe clear out that whole area before I head up to that farm. But first, there are a few other things that I did. As you might imagine, I did a bunch of buying and selling. Identify my gem for me, please, one, and thank you. And as a result, now I have just shy of 12,500 gold. Not bad. And. I also did something else, which you'll see if we go over to Khalid. I fought and killed an Ankeg, which is essentially a very powerful monster thing, and I took its shell to our friend over at the Thunderhammer Smithy, and he forged me some armor out of it, which I've given to Khalid, which gives him armor class +1. As you can see from the -1 over there. So he has some very good armor now. But that cost me about 4,000 gold. Thing is, I remember from the last time I went there, there were a couple of Ankegs on the farm area. So I'm going to see if I can't get another one and also forge some of that armor for Minsk. That would be very handy in my estimation. But thing that we're in this tower for is one of the quests that happened off camera, which I've mentioned before, because this wasn't in between this session and the last one. It was at a different off camera point. And I'll be having that. Jahira. It was at a different point, but basically we found this wizard apprentice who happens to be a chicken now because one of his spells went badly wrong. And we've come to visit his master to see about getting that repaired and unchickenifying him. Jahira, you can have the chainmail armor that I stupidly put on Toby, even though it disables his thievery. Because we're a fighter thief, and I can't go above this studded leather and still be able to be a thief until I find some elven plate. So lovely. Bloody lovely. I still have a scroll Detect Evil. Which one of my mages needs this? Let's see. Or do neither of them? There, you have it, Danaher. And speaking of my mages, that's another thing I need to go over, because Imoen and Danaher both have a load more spells. I'm not entirely sure who had what before, so I'll just go over every individual spell we have. So right now, Imoen has armor, blindness, burning hands, Charm Person, Chill Touch, Color Spray, which as far as I can tell is fucking useless. Find Familiar, which she can't use because apparently only the protagonist can find familiar. Grease. Identify, of course. Infravision. Minor Drain. Magic Missile. Protection from Petrification. And Sleep. Which, I don't know if, once you fill out this page, that's literally all the level 1 spells there are. Or if it can go to other pages if you get more, but that's quite a decent selection of them regardless. Dynahair has quite a few less because I'm primarily using Imoen as my mage, so even though I do give Dynahair spells, Imoen gets priority for the new ones. But Dynahair has Armor, Blindness, Burning Hands, Chill Touch, Color Spray, Grease, Infravision, Minor Drain, Magic Missile, and Protection from Petrification. Of course, it's entirely possible one or two of them have some other spells that they just aren't of a level to use yet. So we'll have to see. Also, literally everyone save Khalid has leveled up. And the only reason Khalid hasn't is he's already level 5 on his way to being level 6. Those whatchamacallits over in that one area, the Medusa wannabes, they gave me quite a bit of experience when I killed them. It was like 4,000 ago or something, so everyone leveled up, and now we're going to do something about that. Toby has leveled up as a thief, though not as a fighter. He still needs another 3,300 to level up as a fighter, but we'll make you a better thief. I'm going to put another 15 points into open locks, I think. And the remaining 10 will go into finding traps. And he's now quite a bit better at that, and is a level 5 thief. Now it's time to level up Minsk. It's just a stereotypical level up here. All of his saving throws have been reduced, and his stack has been reduced by 1, and he gained 7 hit points. So Minsk now has 37 hit points. He's getting to be quite tanky. Not that he wasn't already. Next on our list is Jaheira, who gains additional priest spells. She gets 1 more level 2 spell, 1 level 3 spell, and 3 additional hit points, and her lore goes up by 1. So, let's see. She can have 1 more level 2 spell. We don't need you to resist the elements or find traps with magic. But I will give you, let's see, another go around with your flaming sword spell. And she can finally have level 3 spells. We can't have level 4 or up just yet, but a couple of level 3s would be nice. I'm going to give her Call Lightning. And what else would I like Jaheira to have? Strength of 1. The entire party is given 1875 strength. might be nice. Summon insects? I don't know. Glyph of warding. Hold animal. Invisibility purge. I'm going to have you able to summon insects also. And that's going to be the spell set up for Jaheira. Now it's time to level Imoen. She gets additional mage spells, one more level 1 spell, and a level 3 spell, and 5 additional hit points, 3 additional lore. Nice. Time for us to add to her spell collection. Right now, Imoen's wielding magic missiles, sleep, and grease. I'm gonna give her an additional magic missile, I think. And Imoen does not appear to know any level 3 spells, or level 2 for that matter, so can't give her anything more advanced for the time being. I'll have to see about shopping for some spells at some point to address that. But Imoen will need another 17,000 experience to level up again. She's going to be level 5 for a while, unless I manage to fight and kill something especially powerful. Dynahair gets additional mage spells, 1 more level 1, 2 more level 3, 5 hit points, and 3 lore. She doesn't have any level 2 or level 3 spells either. I'm going to give you blindness for your next thing. But now, we've come here to help our favorite chicken mage stop being a chicken. So, time to speak to his master. And unpause the game.
I be Thalantir, a mighty mage of Baragost.
I don't have much patience for strangers on my property. Do us both a favor and move along, unless of course you have magic for sale. From the looks of you, you don't look as if you could afford the items I have for sale. Come on.
Why do I live in such a pissant town?
I sincerely hope you have some reason for bothering me. I've already stated I wish you to leave. Yes, it's rather amusing actually. You see, I happened to rescue this, how do I put this? Talking chicken.
Why do I live in such a pissant town?
Chickens do not talk, so quite obviously, it's a polymorph being of some kind. Such spells as that wear off in time or can be dispelled. It is a simple matter and one not worth the waste of my day. Keep moving. I am quite aware of the mute status of chickens, thank you very much. Yes, this is a transformed man, but is also a man who claims to be your apprentice. That is why I have brought him to you. Apprentice? I have had no apprentice. I teach no one about what I... Wait, Mellencamp? Mellencamp? Is that you? Yes, Master Thantlir. It is... I am no master to you, and you are no apprentice. What gall you have to expect help from me. Wait, he's not your student? But you know him, don't you? A student wishes to learn, while this fool only wishes to have knowledge. I will tutor no one who does not understand the ramifications of what I have to teach. Not getting the quick gratification he wished, he instead chose to steal from me. You speak of so much, but show so little. I only wish to learn a fraction of the power you possess. It has taken me some 50-odd years of life to gain the power I wield. and the will not to use it. You are but a baby in comparison. Frankly, I'm surprised you changed yourself into such an old chicken. How did you manage that, by the way? You were muddling the simplest cantrip when I last observed you. I have progressed much since then, and I borrowed a few items to speed the progress. Oh, you stupid bastard, what have you done? As I thought, while it's obvious you can steal my tools but not my understanding of them. Hold still while I dispel this foolish facade. Can't very well get my property back while it's polymorphed into yet. Wait a moment. I did not possess any items that allowed the casting of that enchantment. Wait. Oh dear. Bandit Camp, listen very carefully. What did you take? Nothing too valuable, I swear. Just some components, a few scrolls, a beat-up pair of bracers even, a blank spellbook, some parchment, a pair of... Oh no, you little fool! The bracers in my locked and trapped safe. Certainly hope you can develop a taste for chicken feed, because you're going to be stuck that way for a very long time. Thou art a mage of considerable learning. Thou shouldst remember still the curiosity and ambition of youth, or without you would not have achieved thy present status. 'Tis thy responsibility to ensure that thine apprentice hath no access to the magics beyond his comprehension. Surely thou could have done better than a weak warding glyph and a padlock. Yeah, I gotta be honest, Dinah here kinda has a point. This guy must obviously have been young at one point and inclined to do this sort of thing, so he should have seen it coming. It's as much his fault as Mellencamp's. Thy master's absent-mindedness, however, doth not excuse thy disobedience, Mellencamp. Also agree with that. Go cut cheese with your tongue, bothering me with advice of all things. I know I stole from you, but can't leave me like this. Please, Master Thalantir, please. It's not a matter of whether I wish to help or not. I simply do not have the power to undo what you have done. Yeah, what sort of item could cause a problem for even such a mage as obviously powerful as yourself? The magic that so many revere today was not always the same as it is now. Any adventurer worth his salt should know this, and know that not every bauble they wring from a dungeon will be helpful. The bracers in question were a vain little reminder of... Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Suffice it to say that I have no idea what their intended function was, and I was in no position to ask their former owner. Years have passed since my release. The spoils of that Netheril ruin remain as enigmatic as ever. They resist even the strongest divination, and attempts to dispel result only in explosive consequences. Some things should just stay buried. Is there nothing that can be done about this? I'm willing to help you however I can. I would really rather not have Mellencamp stay as a chicken, quite honestly. For one thing, he still has to pay me for my assistance. If you are willing, then I will do it. It must be done. We will need a component that I do not have on hand, and it will be your job to get it. It will require the head of an undead creature, and a simple skeleton skull will do. Bring it back here, and I will try to bend a few magical rules to reincarnate this foolish boy. Reincarnate? But does that spell not require the recipient to be dead? There must be a dead element. Yes, that is what the skull is for. I cannot fully explain what I am to try, but it's something of a reversal on the reincarnation scheme. The age of the enchantment that changed you may allow for a loophole in the laws of magic. Of course, it may just kill us both in the casting. Such is life. Off you go to some dungeon or another, return with the skull, Go. Okay.
I care not.
Well, as fortune would have it, I have a couple of skulls that I picked up off a few skeletons that I killed in this area not too long ago. So we don't even have to go anywhere. Hello again, my young adventurers. I see you have the needed component. Well, shall we see if our young man regains his life, or if he'll eventually be someone's festal dinner? Yes, I think we shall.
Why do I live in such a pissant town?
I have arms and hands and feet, and oh, thank you, Master Thalantir, thank you. Yes, boy, now be quiet a moment. Blast it. The bracers are no longer on him. It is as I feared. Likely, they either spent what magic they had in a single charge, or it is their wont to be whisked away after inflicting the damage they do. I had hoped to seal them away, but now it's certain they will fall into the hands of some other unfortunate fool. Tell me, Mellencamp, do you quite feel yourself again? I think so. Good. Though it was the greatest of luck you did not retain a wing for a limb. You always were a bit cockeyed, but I suppose that doesn't count. I suggest you remain here, however, so I might keep an eye on you. If you insist on playing with the forces of magic, at least I should see that you understand them. Perhaps you will be a touch more cautious now that you have experienced what can go wrong. Yes, Master Thalantir. I suppose your master I must be. And Toby, I trust you will be cautious in your travels as well. I wish you intelligence on your journeys. I would wish you luck, but it runs out much quicker than you would think. Good day. And we've gained 2,000 experience and +1 to our reputation. Excellent. Yes, Minsk, everything is going to be fine. You can tell Boo that. Was that a hamster? A miniature space one, sir. I see. I think you do need luck. And lots of it. Nice.
This group shows promise exceptional.
Now.
Why do I live in such a pissant town?
I would like to have a look at your magical items. I'm not going to read your dialogue because I can't be bothered right now. He has a load of protection spells. I'd like to get at least a few more spells to give out to people. One reflected image spell. Spook. Don't know what that is. Friends. Protection from evil. Well, we've had that cast on us before, back at Candlekeep, before our whole adventure started, so I don't think anyone here is especially inclined to think it works. I'll buy what I can. And for spells, because Imwan is going to need some more. spells, as she is our primary mage at the moment. Invisibility, oh yes. Hold person. Skull trap. And vampiric touch. Okay, sorry about that. I had some real life stuff that needed taken care of, but I bought all the spells I'm going to for right now. Unfortunately, Imoen has apparently hit her cap on the number of level 1 spells she can learn at her current intelligence, which is 17, just to remind everyone. So I had to give a few of the spells I got for her to Dynahair. So I'll just go through the list of what spells she has one more time, just so everyone can see them. I'm not going to read them this time, it'll just be a very quick go through. But you will see what she has. Even if Find Familiar is absolutely bloody useless because of her not being the protagonist. Anyways, that's Imoen's level 1 spells. Level 2, she has quite a few less. But she does have a decent number. Based off of this page, I would say about half of the spells that she can get for level 2, Imoen currently has. And I intend to keep growing that number. And she's going to be running with Scorcher and Horror for her 2 level 2 spells. Level 3, we only have 3 spells, ironically. But I'm going with Skull Trap. Dynahair, here's what she's got, and if you want to see specifically the spells that I'm hovering over, then pause the recording or the video even, and look at it, because I am not taking the time to show you. She's only gotten a handful of new ones, which all the ones I gave her were because Imoen didn't have the intelligence to be able to memorize, to write any more spells to her spellbook at her current level. Blur and Detect Evil are Dynahair's only level 2 spells, though, and she has no level 3 spells as of right now. And you've seen Jaheira's Priest Scroll already. Minsk apparently has access to a Priest Scroll, but he has no Priest spells. But with that out of the way, everyone can head outside again.
This group shows promise exceptional.
And now we will quick save and rest so that everyone can get their spells.
Something you need. Ready and just as I thought.
Or at least
You're a queer
that's
fellow.
what we'll do once Imoen finally gets outside, goddammit.
I'm gone.
Because seriously, how did she manage to not do that? Honestly. That's one of the things that I really dislike about this game. How utterly atrocious the pathfinding can be some of the times. I mean, so far at this point, I absolutely love this game, but I hate the fucking pathfinding. It's a nightmare. It really is. A couple of wild dogs bite the dust. Not even worth mentioning, if I'm honest. And now, let's move down to here. There's still that area over there we have to explore, but there's something in it that Jaheira brought up as we needed a way to deal with it. I think it was sirens or something like that. So, we'll head down there instead. That area with the sirens, or whatever it is, I'm going to be avoiding for the time being, I do believe. Yes, we have largely already explored this area, as it turns out, and that bit of unexplored area in the center is not really worth doing anything about, quite frankly. We will very quickly kill these couple of guys and then move on. As I said, there was another area, either in this direction or from the very bottom, that I was wanting to visit from here. Yeah, there it is. Our friendly neighborhood lighthouse. As well as whatever the hell that place is. I want to visit both of these.
Nature's servant awaits.
No doubt you have heard that the Sirens inhabit the coast south of Candlekeep, living in a fortress by the seashore. Though I do not think you've ever come into conflict with them, if we are to trudge through their territories, it is a likely outcome. Well, their main weapon is powerful charm spells that twist our minds. A strategy to prevent this is most welcome, and I have heard of clerics and mages using summons such as skeletons and ogres to keep them at bay. Perhaps this option is worth considering.
Cool one, son.
Yes. In that case, I think we would want to address that before we headed into the area. Like how I needed a protection from petrification spell before I went after those Gorgons in that one area. Of course, I did that off camera, so yeah. Still. We might skip that for now.
You'll feel the sting in my boot if you bother me further.
Please, I beg of you to go no further. Brage is there. Even about what the carnage he has wrought. I have tried to reason with him, but it is as if he is possessed by another soul. It's all I could do to flee the swing of his tremendous blade. Please, unless you wish to witness madness in a once good man, leave him be and pray the spirit leaves him in good time. Who is this Brage you speak of? We'll just play dumb for a moment, because I know who Brage is. This is the Captain Brage that the mayor of Nashkel asked us to bring in, and the head priest or whatever in their temple asked us to bring in as well. But we'll just play dumb in the hopes that we can get some more information. Before this curse befell him, he was captain of the guard in Nashkel. I am his cousin, Larissa. For all the bonds of love and blood save him from his present agony if there is a way to do so. There, don't worry, lady. We'll try and save Brage for you, okay? Aw, I kinda like Imwin. Please, I'd be most grateful for any help you can give him. Yeah, that's one of the best things about Imwin. She's just such a sweet and endearing character that you can't help but like her. Honestly, even the most evil and malevolent people there are can't hate Imwin. It's just not possible.
Thou hast found me when I alone could not.
I pray you left a trail of crumbs to lead us all back again. The others did not, so they had decided to stay. Shall we try to find the way home together? I pose to you a riddle, the answer to which I once knew, but cannot perceive. Remind me we shall all return unto the day, fail and stay with me in the dark, forgetting whence we came. Translation, solve my riddle or I try and kill you. If I'm remembering that right, it has neither mouth nor teeth yet. Rather, it has neither mouth nor teeth, yet it eats its food steadily, has neither village nor home, nor hands nor feet, and it wanders everywhere. It has neither country, nor means, nor office, nor pen, yet it is ready for fight, always. By day and by night, there is waiting about it. It has no breath, yet to all it appears. Well, I'm going to... A couple of these could potentially be answers, but I'm going to go with the one that I think someone in this guy's frame of mind would answer, which is a very violent, bloody, and destructive one. Death. That is my answer. The end of night, where all the light shines onto mine eyes, and I can see clearly once again. What hath I wrought? 'Tis horrible, horrible! I will welcome the block that must await me at Nashkel. How could I live with what I've done? Please, I must guide me to the town, that I might pay for my crimes. I fear I can keep my senses for only so long, and I must not be allowed to do this again. Too many good people have lost their lives to me. Please. Yes, so we'll see you back safe as we can, though I don't see how killing you will help those that have died. We'll take you to the Temple of Helm in the hopes that you might be healed of this sickness. I fear I can do nothing for those I've wronged, whether I live or die, and still know not what led me to this. It's like a foul presence in my mind. I can only imagine that I have finally succumbed to battle fatigue. Take my weapon, that I might not harm another. Use it if thy wish, though I'd rather it be destroyed. Innocent blood on everything. I'd only just acquired the sword. Such a waste this has been. Take me to Nashkel, I can bear this no longer. And now, instant transmission to Nashkel.
Greetings, playthings. Thou hast found me when I alone could not.
No, I cannot show my face here after what I've done. Just give me the guard, that I might take my punishment as I should. Do not disgrace me further in front of Helm. Calm yourself, Brage. Helm sees all that he wishes, and knows much of what you do not. It was your hands indeed that did many a foul deed, but it was not your will alone. Intent is vital, and yours was influenced without your knowledge. Justice will be done, but with atonement, not punishment. Atonement, not punishment. Thou art a wise man, Nalin. As wise as any Othlor in my land. I trust that thou hast learned a valuable lesson about justice today, Toby. At my crimes, my family, I don't want to go on. To your return to the garrison, yours will be the only willful killing that has occurred about this matter. It will be a waste of your life, which, fractured though it is, can still contribute much. Helm will see you through. As for our intrepid friends here, I shall exceed the reward offered by Uplak. After all, it was the same task of bringing Brage to justice. The temple is in your debt for the return of its lost son. See, aren't you glad you listened to my idea to bring him here instead of turning him in for the bounty? Now we've gotten double the reward money. Yes, you're right. Glad I took your advice. Your in inverted commas, of course. I don't think I liked the way you said that. Oh, really? Thank you again for your help. 1,000 gold.
Yes.
Gained.
This group shows promise exceptional.
Yes, we've gained 1,000 gold for that.
Of course.
And he said back in that area that he'd given us something. Or it was not that he dropped it in the area. No, it's the two-handed sword here is what he gave us. A magical two-handed blade. I'll have to have anyone identify it eventually.
Adventure and steel on steel.
But for now,
The stuff of
we
legend.
have it.
Right, Boo?
Now, let's see. Jahira will be hitting level 5 in a fighter, so we can get another 2,000. But we still need 16,000 to level up Imoy, which is what I want to do so she can get more level 1 spells in her spell book.
I wouldn't dream of refusing.
Still, we did a good thing there. And I think Toby is pretty happy about how that unfolded. So now, we are going to head out of Nashkel. Past this random commoner who has decided he owns our bridge. We can go back to explore the rest of this place now, I think. So let's finish. Because, like I said, this is not the only area we still have to explore. There are some others. And there are quite a few people hanging out here. I wonder what's up. Lot of diggers. So this is a mine. Let's talk to the obvious
Leave
boss.
us alone, will you? Nothing for you here.
Put your backs into those shovels, man. She's not out tonight. We'll lose her to the bandito scum. You there, state your business, but don't move from where you stand. I don't want to have to sick the boys on you. Yeah, relax, we mean you no harm. Have you had much trouble? Have we? Aye, and plenty of it. Nary an eve goes by without us losing another hand till the night. I swear, if we could just get a few moments of uninterrupted digging done. Say, you wouldn't be willing to do a little service for me, would you? You could do a lot worse than working for Charleston Nib. Yes, I would like to know just what I would be protecting. What are you doing here? Looks to be glorified grave robbing and nothing but a decrepit tomb. You're partially right, though it's not a tomb but an ancient settlement. It is also all that remains of a primitive race long since extinct. And we know little about their culture, save that they seem to have destroyed themselves in war. Perhaps today we will learn something more. We are just about to break through into an inner chamber. Perhaps the dwelling of the village shaman himself. Perhaps he could be of assistance to us. We need but to keep the camp secure a short while longer. Your very presence would probably dissuade anyone from attacking us, though I do not know the force behind our misfortune. They seem to take great pleasure in miners' sabotage and kidnapping, though some of the missing men may have just run off from fear. Nothing is ever stolen, which is odd for bandits, but they must still be the cause. Will you help us? Yes, I will. It would be an honor to help you in your quest for knowledge. As Toby might be be generally a good person, but he's also a bit of an idiot, and not really understanding what's grave robbing and what's simply dungeon delving without anything to oppose you. He doesn't quite get the difference yet. Gracious we are. Now we stand a chance of completing the most exciting day of our dig. We're going to try for an entire new room today, possibly the shaman or chieftain quarters. You can find any number of relics within. Move amongst the men as you will, so your presence will no doubt reassure them.
You said
something?
Why, hello there. Could we just step aside a moment and have a little chat away from prying ears? Of course, Mr. Galore. First, my name is Galore. Second, we never had this conversation. I'm the partner of that old Mr. Charleston you met, except I'm none too thrilled about the non-profit aspects of the whole thing. The old man seems to think we should donate all our findings to some museum, whereas I am ever so much more practical. I should think certain people would pay dearly for the magical treasure we are about to unearth, and if they would be so eager, who are we to stand in their way? I would like you to steal the item and remove Mr. Nib from my little equation. You up for the task? Well, right up until you mentioned murdering him, I was all for this, but I'm afraid I'm not anymore. But yes, magical treasure. I was under the impression no one knows what is to be found there. Why are you so sure of its value? Old Mr. Nibs would never admit it, but that's mainly because he doesn't want to jinx the dig. From what I could decipher in the ancient writings, the final room contains the plate that provides bounty, leading food unto God. Doesn't take a genius to figure out what that means. Obviously, the item under all that dirt and rubble is enchanted such that it provides bounty. Whether it's through increased crops or good hunting, I care not. Regardless, an object of that age and enchantment should command a hefty price, and I intend to see that it does. You can be a part of it if you wish. Or it could just be a generic plate used for religious ceremonies where they offer up food to their literal gods. Yes, it's a very sketchy description. Different deities would require different bounty. Do you know if this ancient one preferred bounty that we would find valuable? I care not whether the primitives who lived here worship chickens and the plate produces fodder. It does not matter. What does matter is that we potentially have an item associated with a god long since lost to the mists of time. Its former enchantments may not even work, but it will still command an exorbitant price from a historian or collector. Do you want a piece of the pie, or don't you? Yes, I would have to kill many of the working men if I attacked Charleston. It would be a veritable slaughter, and I will have no part in that, so no thank you. Blast you. You are playing just as safe as the old man. Albeit, I will find other means to acquire a fair measure of profit from this fiasco. Best you continue on whatever errand you be on. Yeah, this man gave me the creeps. I mean, picking a pocket is one thing, but killing a dozen workers to steal some stupid artifact is horrible. It is indeed. Which is why we won't be doing anything of the sort, Imorn. Get lost. You first, bitch.
Yes?
Let's tell Nibs, if we can. Success. We're about to enter the last remaining room. It's sure to be the shaman's abode. And this is where we get betrayed, isn't it?
Yes?
Hey, boss man, I don't feel so good. How old is the air in this place? A good question. I guess that we're the first people to walk in this room in nearly 5,000 years. The gods of Nethril would have been young at that time. It's so cold in here, I feel strange. I hear a voice in my head. I hear the hollow voice, but it's a mumble. Speak up and guide mine hands. Rah! I see what you are. There's power to be had from your death. Your blood will quiet the voice. Blood will quiet. What the hell? What the hell?
My blade will cut you down to size.
And the horrendous pathfinding doesn't change, apparently. Pathfinding is still shit. Great. Now, what do you have to say? I think I can explain the madness that overcame my men. They seemed to scream in some ancient tongue, but I recognized the word Kozak. It's the name of an ancient power, the name of a god of pandemonium. The tribe that lived here must have worshipped Kozan, the destruction he brought. The artifact that lies within this stone sarcophagus must be what caused all this bloodshed. Surely that artifact is cursed beyond belief. We should let it lie within this tomb forever. It's best that it never sees the light of day. My head hurts just trying to make sense of it. But I guess he was some evil god and this place has something to do with him? Like a temple? Something like that, yeah. Basically, you're right. What of it? Well, those workers who killed attacked us because of him or something or another, right? Well, then how come none of us were affected? I'm unable to answer your questions. We know little of this culture, and that is why I was doing research. I doubt that I would ever have an answer for you, Amon. It's sad, really. I'd sought this place to bring a little life back to a long-extinct people, and look what I wrought. Certainly some things are better off remaining dead. Here is your pay. Your services are no longer required. Everyone pack up. We are leaving this place.
This group shows promise exceptional.
Our reputation has increased by what?
Gorion would be proud of your actions.
Wait, did we actually get paid for that? I'm not seeing anything indicating that we got money. And Insane Digger tried to jump us. I'll pretend to be surprised, shall I? And a doomsayer, the idol, will find the idol.
Camaraderie, adventure.
Get over here and die, you asshole. Come on.
The stuff of legend, right, Boo?
Well, that thing has vanished. And we have an evil spirit roaming the area, searching for its idol. Oh, I have a very bad feeling about this.
My blade will cut you down to size.
I have a very bad feeling about this. Something's going to go horribly wrong. It's basically a guarantee.
Of course.
But I think
Use your
now...
words wisely. Not all are as trustworthy as
I think now
Thank you.
it's time that we exit this area and move on. Because while there's a handful of areas, handful of parts in this area we have yet to explore, it's not enough to mess around with, really. So, let's head up to this farm now. We can continue down this route, and is this the person we're supposed to find? Jurde. There was someone that was causing the locals some problems or other we said we'd deal with at some point.
Yeah?
Anke culling quest. There it is. Don't kill more than 10 of them, eh? Is that 10 from right now, or 10 total? Because I've already killed like 2 or 3 of them.
Something you need. Whatever I can do to help.
And so it makes quite the difference in whether that's 10 total or 10 overall. It's 10 total or 10 from now on. I'll assume it's 10 total until I learn otherwise. So that's 3.
Ready and able.
That's
Just name
4.
what you want.
But really, these Ankegs aren't even difficult for me to bring down. They're just kind of there. I want to choose one of them to give to Khalid. No, we'll give it to me instead.
Of course.
Well, I'm gonna pause this recording briefly and I'll just do all of my exploration off camera because it's not going to be very engaging. So, BRB, everyone. Okay, so I finished all of my off-camera exploration and there wasn't really anything of note that happened. I killed a whole lot of Ankegs who kept popping up and getting in my way. And I found some loot in a cave somewhere, as well as the body of a farmer's son, who I returned.
Yes.
All I got for my trouble was 500 experience. But then I went and double-checked the journal about that quest to get rid of someone for these farmers who's been killing a lot of people, and she lives near the bridge to Baldur's Gate. And I don't want to head up to Baldur's Gate just yet. Not until I've finished off the bandits, at any rate. So I'm going to be waiting on that quest. For now, we are heading to the Bandit Camp to finally resolve that whole situation. So to the Bandit Camp we go.
Of course. Yes?
Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes!
For right. And I always
Forward march!
Something you need.
Forward march!
Ready and able.
Forward march!
Yes? I wouldn't dream of refusing.
Okay then, let's head over this way. Quick save so we don't have to repeat ourselves any. If we happen to die horribly or something.
Forward march!
for right.
With no
I
regrets.
always am. They're called as
Can you
directed.
back off? I don't want a mage on the front lines.
Oh, yes.
So, please
My
don't.
blade will cut you down to size.
Whatever they need, no less than done.
Something you need.
Yes, finish these imbeciles off,
In this,
Ready and able.
and do so quickly.
Just as I thought.
Now, Diner, get up here. And I will quick save. And now, we will rest. And she can get over being poisoned through a bit of rest, apparently. Because clearly that's all you need to overcome being poisoned. Just a quick cat nap. Because that's how poison works, right? Napping fixes it. Nothing unusual about that. Nothing at all. For now, well, let's continue on trying to get into this fucking camp and deal with the bandit problem. This bear?
Like the forest.
This group shows promise.
Rest again to heal Toby. Now, we'll go this way. You head down.
Of course.
Ow! Ow!
If you could run away now, guys.
Whoa! Now that was a stinker.
So that we can
They're called
attack that prick. Now, grease on him.
You're a clear fellow.
Really not in this.
And
What you want?
cast one of those spells.
whatever they need as directed. They wish my ear, no less than
That's
done.
all.
You need. Ready and I wouldn't dream of refusing.
Can I,
You
if
attack
none
there,
are
you
better?
attack there.
Nature's servant awaits. For the group.
Can attack him.
You will be avenged!
Healing.
Okay.
I fear me. Lest I not survive.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyone? That's ballistic missile.
Cool one, son.
No!
Butt-kicking punch.
Well, that cost us 2 of our party members, who we're going to have to bring back from the dead.
Oh, yes.
But we won. So I call it kind of sort of a partial success. We didn't win that fight without taking any losses, as I would have preferred. But when does that ever happen, honestly? When do we ever manage to win fights without casualties? Because I don't think you can name a time that's truly happened. Not really. We'll just grab the loot. And then I'll take some more arrows for Imoen. Drop the dagger. Actually, don't. Do drop those. More arrows for Imoen. Now, that's on class 1. I think this armor looks well for Minsk. Toby, give Minsk 1 item. Then you can take back the healing potions. Take the armor just in case. I think Jahiro was wearing that actually, so.
Something you need.
Now.
Just as I thought.
Minsk is slowed thanks to encumbrance.
Go for the eyes, Boo.
Ready.
Go for the eyes.
Let's do a little bit of bandit murder. Or we could be murdered in the process. And I forgot to save. Well done, me. Well done in bloody deed. Don't delete the quick save. We're not quite that dumb.
Of course.
Or maybe I didn't forget to save.
Yes. I wouldn't dream of refusing.
Cool one, son.
Oh, yes.
No, I did forget to save. We're back before the fight. Okay.
Record.
Danaher.
As directed.
Grease on him.
You're a queer fellow.
Imoen, use your super fire spell.
Something you need.
Everyone else just wail like mad.
Whoa! Now that was a stinker.
What you want? This way.
Imoen, that
I can afford no more losses.
okay. That went against me fast. Let's try this again. I really wish I'd saved, but oh well.
Of course.
Might be better if we just get everyone set up
I wouldn't dream of refusing.
for the fight and then bait him back into engaging us. Or possibly just take a little peek into his tent.
Oh, yes.
Let's see if just having a little look inside does it, somehow. Some spells I'll look at later. Nothing there. Not seeing anything of real value in here.
Just as I thought.
Yeah, I want to feel value.
Whoa, now that was a stinker.
Okay, diner hair.
They called?
Cast grease.
You're a queer fellow.
Himorn. Cast your fire spell.
Nature's servant awaits.
Jahira. Summon insects.
Onward then.
Who wants some?
What you want? This way.
Can I help you? If none are better.
Yep.
Whatever they need.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
You point, I punch.
Something you need.
I need
Means
Oh, great.
mighty berserker rest will not go unremembered.
Great. How does this keep happening? I won the one time. How can I can't repeat that feat? That's what I want to know. Why can I not do that again? I did it one time before.
Something you need. I wouldn't dream of refusing.
Not following me far enough. Just not.
Ready and able.
I am much more at ease in the forest.
Okay.
You're a queer. This way.
Something you need. Oh, yes.
They called? Means his mighty berserker wrath will not go unremembered.
Cast that. Okay. Maybe not.
Yes, of course.
This is going to be a tricky fight and probably take me a while. So apparently these pricks are kind of rude.
Whoa, now that was a stinker.
Something you need. I wouldn't. If
I attack attack the ones up there first. Can I deal with them before the big guy in armor comes in on things? I don't know.
Yes, of course.
We'll see, though. Apparently not.
Whoa! Now that was a stinker.
There's just too bloody many of them for me
I
to
wouldn't
do
dream
that.
of refusing.
There are just too many of them. God
No more
damn
losses,
it.
people. We can afford no more losses. They called?
There's
Oh, I
cast a
thought really not in
shield.
this.
Then cast a magic missile.
I could use some help. Who wants some?
Hand over your potions to Toby.
Something you need.
Drinks one.
Ready and able.
Go for the ice boo. Go for the ice.
I could use
You
some help.
point. But
Mints kindly run the fuck away.
Whatever they need.
Then I was telling you to do the same, damn it.
you will
Ready
be
and
avenged.
Well, this fight is going to be a bitch and a half to get through. I did it one time,
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
of course.
but then, well,
Something you
you
need.
saw what happened then.
Can I
I
help
wouldn't
you?
dream of refusing.
If I can lure them away from the main camp, maybe I can limit the size of the engagement.
Whoa! Now that was a stinker.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Take them on a handful at a time.
Who wants some? But kicking for
I
goodness.
Take
Prevail. Ready and able.
You point. I punch. Let's
Minsk.
talk more fight. Squeak.
I fucking told you to attack
I
him.
need aid soon. Let's my hamster.
Come on.
Cool one. Full plate. Go. I need aid soon. Lest my hamster. You point. I
Now.
punch.
He's near death.
Yes.
You have need of me?
I can pull off
If
one of
none
you
are
to
better.
attack him.
Nature's servant awaits.
Just you guys move up.
Let's talk more fight. Cool. You point. Butt kicking for
Minsk,
goodness.
run away
Oh, yes.
Let's talk more fight.
and take a potion.
I need aid.
Ready and able.
My hamster.
There. It's a bit of a tricky one, but I managed it.
Just as I thought.
And no one died on this occasion. Though a couple of attempts were necessary to get that outcome. I'll take all of that. And your gold.
Something you need.
Onward then.
Now, Minsk, Khalid, you two stay behind. There's still
Ready
bad
and
guys
able.
that need to die.
Task at hand.
And those two aren't in any shape to do anything about it. Don't care about that. Actually, I take that back. Rest up, and everyone can be healed enough to do something about this. Now,
We're not in this.
you three
Something you need.
go after him, players.
Ready and
And
able.
now they're dead. But once again, it is resting time.
You're a queer fellow.
Yes. I wouldn't dream of refusing.
I guess that's the main tent, not the thing I went in that time. Now, everyone's nice and healed up. Apparently Jahira leveled when I was not paying attention. I'll see to that in a second. For now, check out the inside of the tent.
Sorry, friend, but you've got a date down under.
No one's to enter Tazak's tent under penalty of death? Right. See, I don't care. I don't care at all.
Ready and
Forward!
I can but try.
something you need.
Can I? I'll do my
Forward
best.
march!
Ready and able.
Forward march!
Now the rest of you
My blade will cut you down to size.
finish him off.
Forward march!
That's their mage down.
Forward march! Go for the eyes!
Ready and
Ask!
And
Whatever
now,
I can do to help.
it's once again looting time. Not that, you imbecile. Not the dagger. Dinah here is dying from poison. She can have fun with that. While I'm distributing the loot. But now, magic longbow, hello. Wakizashi. Well, it looks pretty, so I might keep it just for that.
Yes.
For now,
Just name what you want.
we have the Ender side over there. I don't know who he is or what he wants, but I'll get him soon enough. I have some loot and plunder to keep doing. A lot of these are going to be items that need identification. But that's all the major stuff. Everything else we can just take from the environment. That potion? We'll have to take this just because I want to know what it is, damn it. Bother, but that hurt. And it's entirely my fault for springing a trap like that.
Something you need? I wouldn't dream of refusing.
So now...
Mullahay and Tazok have proven to be nothing more than puppets. The true master of this unfolding mystery continues to elude you. One thing is certain. Someone has taken a very personal interest in seeking your death. Though why, you are not sure. Your search for answers continues, and the foreboding Cloakwood Forest is your next target.
I really wish the game would let me finish looting before springing major plot points on me like that. Moreover, I wish it would do like Skyrim does with certain quests, where it would advance things like that after I read the relevant documents, rather than just deciding I knew by magic.
Ready and able.
But let's talk to this guy.
Troubled times are upon us.
Their execution. No, we aren't his lackeys. This place is dirty to the core. These aren't your ordinary bandits. They're part Black Talons and part Chill. Chill being a demi-human band, mostly hobgoblins, and led by that creepy smart one, Arden or Crush. There'd be others elsewhere, like that priest Mullahay. Set himself up as a kobold god, and returned and leaped into the brainless barking fools believed him. Yeah, he's dead. Interesting. Crush and that guy both think he's getting orders from the Zeds, and Tazok doesn't do much to discourage that. Like the Black Talons and Chiller bandit groups, they ply the trade routes, avoid the cities. That's where they go wrong. I'm from the gate, and I can tell you, dead as leather, that the Zentarum aren't behind this. He messed with a group called the Iron Throne, and he winds up here, so he says the Iron Throne is responsible. Where can I find them? He's like making regular visits to Cloakwood, so that's where I'd start. Documents in the chest. Speaking of documents, Tazok, I noticed that your shipments of iron have slowed as of late. It is imperative that we receive another ton of ore, step up your raids, and get a shipment to our base in Cloakwood within the next week. We need to stockpile as much ore as possible before our ultimatum is given. Also, Sarevok wants to know what has happened with the band of mercenaries. Have they been killed? You had better ensure that they have been, as Sarevok will not take kindly to any other news. Deveron. Sarevok? Who's that? Because from the way this is phrased, it sounds like this Deveron is reporting to Sarevok. We're really getting into quite the conspiracy, aren't we? But what's in the other letter? Tazok, I hope everything moves along smoothly. I have written to give you instructions from our superiors. I have been told that a small band of mercenaries might cause the Iron Throne some trouble in the future. We are to ensure they don't live to upset our operations. Obtain the services of the assassin Nimble. We should serve you well. Ah, so that's where Nimble came from. Interesting.
Just as I thought.
But now...
Yes, O omnipresent authority figure.
Shahira is slightly over-encumbered.
You have need of me, if none are better.
I'll transfer a few things so that she can move. There.
I can but try.
Now we are all set.
To the task at hand.
Set now to get out of here. Everyone head down to the border. We have places to be. And things to do. It is now chapter 4. And the story is moving in a very interesting direction. Not much I can tell you for sure. And the next place for us to head is Cloakwood, for another wing of these bandits. But for now, I'm heading back to Baraghost to turn in a bit of loot. But that will be next time. Because we've been going for a very long time, and I think this will make for an appropriate ending spot.
I must rest.
So, this has been DarkPhoenix Gaming. You've been watching Baldur's Gate. If you've enjoyed this, then please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to see more like this. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. See you then, folks. I'll see you then.